1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Ali Ahmed. First, the headlines. 24 more deaths caused by coronavirus and 1,637 infections have been reported in the country. Worldwide death toll from COVID-19 has soared to over 276,600. Minister for Science and Technology has urged world community to impose sanctions on India for promoting terrorism in Balochistan. Special Assistant on Information and Chinese delegation discussed mega railway project ML1 in Islamabad today. The United States Commission on International Religious Freedom has welcomed the establishment of National Commission for Minorities by Pakistan. In occupied Kashmir, all parties Hurriyat Conference has appealed to the people to continue protest demonstrations against the killing of top Mujahid commander Riaz Naiku and other youth by Indian troops. And now, the news in detail. The tally of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the country has risen to 27,474, with 1,637 new cases reported during the last 24 hours. 10,471 cases have so far been detected in Punjab, 9,691 in Sindh, 4,327 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 1,876 in Balochistan, 421 in Gilgit-Baltistan, 609 in Islamabad, and 79 in Azad Kashmir. 7,756 patients have so far recovered from the virus, whilst the death toll stands at 618, with 24 new deaths reported during the last 24 hours. The death toll from coronavirus across the world has risen to over 276,691, while 134,574 cases have been reported globally. According to Johns Hopkins University, over 1.4 million people have so far recovered from the infection. The United States has the highest number of total deaths, with 78,617. Britain now has the second highest toll with 31,241, followed by Italy with 30,201, Spain 26,478, and France 26,230 deaths. Minister for Railways Sheikh Rashid Ahmed has expressed the hope that train operations will resume before Eid al-Fitr. Addressing a news conference in Lahore today, he said proposal to resume train operations will be sent to federal government after a couple of days, again, as people are facing transport issues. The minister said Pakistan Railways suffered a loss of around 5 billion rupees during the last 1 month due to corona situation. To a question, he said that Prime Minister Imran Khan will take action against anyone involved in sugar scandal. The Provincial Disaster Management Authority Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has provided 35,000 corona testing kits to Health Department. According to a press release, 2 PCR machines have also been provided to the Health Department. Speaking on the occasion, Director General, Provincial Disaster Management Authority said the authority is providing all possible assistance to the Health Department in this critical hour. Advisor to the Chief Minister on Information, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Ajmal Wazir, says the government is working to contain the public from coronavirus and solve their problems. Addressing a news conference in Peshawar this afternoon, he urged the public to follow the precautionary measures and guidelines of Health Department for prevention from the coronavirus. Ajmal Wazir lauded the services of frontline workers to cope with the challenge of corona epidemic. Chief Minister Gilgit-Baltistan, Hafiz Hafizur Rahman, has called for adoption of preventive measures to curb COVID-19. This he said while launching distribution of free face masks among people in Gilgit and Khizr districts. He said 500,000 free masks will be distributed in Gilgit-Baltistan in next 2 days. He inspected Sher Killa RCC bridge in Khizr and directed Works Department to complete the project soon on priority basis. This is Radio Pakistan. Minister for Science and Technology Fawad Hussain has urged has urged the world community to impose sanctions on India for promoting terrorism in Balochistan. In a tweet today, he said the BJP leadership should also be placed under travel ban. The minister also shared a video of a former Indian military official who claimed to have links with the separatists in Balochistan. Minister for Science and Technology Fawad Chaudhry has assured to provide high-speed internet services and initiate agri-tech pilot projects during COVID-19 situation in the country. In an interview with PTV, he said the ministry has planned to launch 2 agri-tech pilot projects, including Agriculture Mechanism Complex for Manufacturing and Agriculture Monitoring Project to bring innovation to the country's agriculture sector. Fawad Chaudhry said Ministry of Science, with the collaboration of Ministry of IT, will soon introduce different projects for spread of internet service across the country, especially in rural areas where students are facing continuous problems of internet during current coronavirus situation. He said the government is prioritizing the development of high-speed internet infrastructure for schools as well. Chinese Ambassador Yao Jing and a delegation of China Railway Group separately called on Special Assistant on Information and Broadcasting Asim Salim Bajwa in Islamabad today. In a tweet, the Special Assistant said Mega Railway Project ML1 was discussed in the meetings. He said the action plans by concerned ministries of both sides were discussed and evaluated. The United States Commission on International Religious Freedom has welcomed the establishment by Pakistani government of a National Commission for Minorities, calling it a step in the right direction. USCIRF Commissioner Anurima Bhargava in a statement said, "We are encouraged by the formation of National Commission for Minorities as a governmental body promoting the rights of religious minorities within Pakistan." In occupied Kashmir, all parties Hurriyat Conference has appealed to the people to continue protest demonstrations against the killing of top Mujahid commander Riaz Naiku and other youth by Indian troops. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference in its protest calendar has also asked the people to raise call for prayers on the rooftops after Isha prayers tomorrow to invoke Allah's help for the emancipation from Indian occupation and coronavirus. It also called for holding of special prayers in the houses of martyrs on Monday and asked all parties Hurriyat Conference leaders and activists to ensure their participation in these gatherings to express solidarity with the bereaved families. On the other hand, people held forceful demonstrations in Pulwama, Budgam, and other areas against the killing of Riaz Naiku and other youth by Indian troops. Indian police and paramilitary personnel subjected the protesters to brute force and firing of pellets and bullets, injuring several of them. Meanwhile, the occupation authorities continued to impose restrictions in the Kashmir Valley on the fourth of consecutive day today to prevent people from holding demonstrations against the killings. The restrictions were imposed by the authorities on Wednesday, the day when Indian troops martyred Riaz Naiku and his associate Adil Ahmed. Indian troops launched a coordinated search operation in Matipura, Nainal area of Islamabad district today. The troops also conducted a similar operation at Kareva Shadab in Shipaiya district. In New Delhi, the women students have expressed solidarity with jailed Jamia Millia Islamia student and Kashmiri scholar Safura Zargar, who is 3 months pregnant and is being trolled online by netizens affiliated with extremist Hindu organizations. On the other hand, an Indian national will face trial in Germany for spying on Sikh and Kashmiri communities for notorious Indian intelligence agency Research and Analysis Wing, commonly known as RAW. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind, thunderstorm is expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, Islamabad, and Pothohar region. To end the news, once again the headlines. 24 more new deaths caused by coronavirus and 1,637 infections have been reported in the country. Worldwide death toll from COVID-19 has soared to over 276,600. Minister for Science and Technology has urged world community to impose sanctions on India for promoting terrorism in Balochistan. Special Assistant on Information and Chinese delegation discussed Mega Railway Project ML1 in Islamabad today. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins over the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.